Morning, all.
Is it morning still?
Good morning.
It feels like midday already.
Good late morning. Going to be a warm one today. Well, I brought in the big guns today, and at this point, we're not really sure what we're going to do. All we know for sure is we're going to look for some gold. We got quite a few detectors. We got a 7000 SDC 2300. Got my TDI and a Goldmaster 3, so we're pretty much covered on detectors. And who knows, I may go down to the river and do a little crevicing. But right now, I think we're just going to wander around for a bit and do some metal detecting and see what we can turn up. I figured we were going to go out and metal detect for a few minutes, but we managed to climb up on a hillside, and we've been detecting, what, a couple, 3 hours?
Three and a half hours.
3.5 hours. And Jeff has no gold.
Woohoo!
Hugo has no gold. I have gold. Let me show you. Okay, well, here's my first piece. It's a nice little round one. I was telling Jeff, this looks just like what he finds. But that was the first one, and that's the one I found just a bit ago. Both pretty small, but hopefully we'll get another one a little larger.
Nope.
Well, where we're at is in an old wash, and there's a section in here, pretty good size, that they just washed everything out of here, and they left a couple of ridges, and the gold I found has been on the sides on these ridges, and so we've just been kind of working through. The problem is we've been finding quite a bit of lead, and it's not just bullets, it's shredded lead, like it's hit a rock and exploded in 2 million pieces. But I got this area right here I just cleared. I'm going to detect it, and right where I'm sitting, and see if I can add to the quota. So let's get back to detecting. Okay, well, I cleared this area off, and I got one target right here. Let me show you what it sounds like. Okay, well, my guess is it's either gold or lead because the target sounds good to me, so let's dig her up. It's actually right in the bedrock, sounds like.
Sounds good to me.
Whoa, avalanche. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be chasing it down the hill.
Chase it all the way down the hill.
Oh, I got it. And it just went away. Really? Oh, still got it. See anything? Oh, I got gold. Now it's got some weird white stuff on it. Okay, well, here's that piece just found. That's my largest one yet. Well, that was the only target there. Good target, but I just went over everything again, pulled a little more dirt out, nothing, not so much as a squeak. So, time to move on. Well, Jeff's got a target right down there, and he's really hoping for another piece of lead.
Blankety blank lead, I'm telling you.
Oh, I heard a hit. That lucky guy, he's got another bullet.
The Lead King.
Got a target there, and he had another one
Right there.
over there. So with any kind of luck, he's got 2 more bullets. Let's see, how deep is that thing? Oh, you moved it. You lost it. Oh, it's way over here.
I must have just moved it.
Right there somewhere.
Here?
Yeah. It sure got bigger.
Gold. Right there. I can see it.
How can you see it?
Right there.
That ain't it. Well, damn if it ain't. Jeff found his first piece of gold, and I got the gold here, so let me show you the gold. Okay, you can see here, it's a nice little chunky piece, not real big, but it's solid. Well, we got us another light target here. Let me stick the mic in the headphones so you can hear what I'm hearing. Well, that's a light target, but it sounds good to me, so let's see if we can find her. I think I see it. Piece of lead. Okay, moving on. Well, I've been looking around here for quite a while. Picked up some more lead, but that was it. No more gold. And I'm not sure where Jeff and Hugo are. I'm pretty sure Jeff went downhill, and no idea which direction Hugo went, but I'm leaning pretty heavily towards kind of detecting my way back to the truck, get something to eat because I know it's way past lunchtime, and maybe we might go down to the river and see if we can do a little crevicing. We'll get onto that after lunch. We'll figure out what we're going to do. But right now, I'm going to pack everything up. Let's kind of detect our way back to the truck. And Hugo's giving up on the hillside. He's down there doing some crevicing. Finished lunch, and I want to do some crevicing. So we're going to hike over where we can see the creek and kind of get an idea of where we want to work, but we're not going to use the metal detector. We're going to give it a go old school. We're going to depend on just reading the creek. So let's go see if we can find a good spot to start out. Okay, now looking down at the creek from up here on the hill, you can see where the water is pretty much running towards us. See if I can do this. And we have an obstacle out in the river here. And that is going to divert the flow. And then right up in here, looks like we've got a big old crevice. And the water could come up over this bedrock, gold could drop in that crevice, and then it'll flow back towards the creek, and it'll also build up back here. Well, made it to the creek, and Hugo and I, we abandoned Jeff up on the hillside, but he's downstream crevicing, and he found a really nice piece of gold, biggest piece of gold today. And I didn't have the camera with me, so when we all meet back at the truck, I'll get a picture of that. But this is a spot right here. Now, I'm not sure how well it's shown, but the creek is basically coming right straight at us. And I'll show you here in a second, but there's some nice rocks that have been shoved up here by the creek. So there's a good chance to find a piece of gold in here. I'm sitting on bedrock. We got bedrock right here, quite a bit of bedrock all around me, but there's still some pretty good sized rocks in here. So basically what we're doing is, even though I have the detector with me, not everybody has a detector. So basically what I want to do is show you what I look for when I'm looking for gold without a detector. Number one, the river. We want flow. You got to have flow. The more flow you get, the larger the gold is, but you got to judge the flow off of the size of the rocks. If you get too big, well then it's just going to blow everything out. So what we're looking for is rocks, this big is the main thing, because we're after flood gold and small nuggets. The river's high right now, so we're not going to be able to get down to where the big nuggets are. But in a situation like this, where we have a direct hit during a flood, we could find a nice piece of gold up here. Okay, let me show you the gravel I'm looking at. Okay, the first thing I wanted to show you was right here is a nice crevice. But this crevice is just too obvious. Somebody's been here before. Right here we have a brush that's been cut off, which tells me for sure somebody's dug this crevice out. But we have some nice sized rocks in here, but right here is a crevice that interests me. Now right here, this is much wider, so it's not as appealing. But what we have, get this rock out of the way, pull some of this grass out of here. We have a rock right here. This is bedrock. And it looks like somebody's dug the front side out, but they neglected the back side. Now, this is your better side, but this bedrock pinches out right in here. And right here, it's open. So to dig down in here, odds are we're not going to find much, because the water is going to blow through here. But here we can come in behind and get trapped in this area that pinches out. This is a good dead water spot. So this is what we're going to take a look at. Now ideally we want to have rocks jammed in the crevice. And like right here we got a nice one that's packed in there pretty good. We're going to have to loosen that up a little bit more. But we got nice heavy rocks in there. Oh, I can't move that one. Then the other thing you want to pay attention to is, what are we digging out? Is it just sand? Now, sand on top isn't going to hurt anything, but you want gravel. And we have gravel down in there. But if you get down in the crevice down towards the bottom and you still have sand, that's not good. That means somebody's already dug that out. There, we got it loose. See, that's what we're after. Nice, heavy boulders. So we're going to dig a little bit of this out of here, and then we're going to do our first test pan. Now this is pitching out to nothing right here, which is good. So far the crevice looks really good to me. We're not at the bottom yet, but we got enough gravel for our first test pan. So I'll be right back. Okay, we got that panned out, and we do have, I don't know, half a dozen or so pieces of fine gold. But more importantly, what we're looking at is the black sand. We got quite a bit of black sand, but you want to look at the coarseness of your black sand. If your black sand is real fine, then you know there's not much flow there. You're not going to find anything but real light flood gold. Now this black sand is fairly coarse, so I'm liking the looks of it. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, now hopefully you can see we got a few pieces in there, but the black sand itself is fairly coarse. Well, to me, the test pan, we had good results. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig this on down to the bottom, see if we got some heavier gold down there. Okay, now we're getting down towards the bottom and we're still digging out some nice rocks. So I'm thinking this might be a fairly decent crevice, but it's going back there. We're back in that far. So there's definitely a spot for the gold to get out of the flow. Well, that's about as clean as I can get that crevice. It looks pretty clean on the bottom. Let's take this down and pan it. Well, got that panned out. We got a pretty good pan here. Definitely heavier gold on the bottom. Let me show you. Okay, you can see here we got a nice spread of, I'd call them pickers. And there's all kinds of fine gold all throughout that. Well, I'm going to clean that up with a snuffer bottle, pack everything up, head down and see if I can find Jeff and Hugo, see how they're doing. Change of plans. I decided hike back to the truck, make sure they weren't here. I'm gonna leave all my gear here because I'm beat. I don't want to pack that backpack around anymore. And I'm gonna grab just the camera, no tripod or anything else, and let's head on downstream, see if we can find Jeff and Hugo, see how they're doing. Well, I found them, as usual, just watching somebody find gold.
Hey, I was working. I have a pan full.
All right, well, let's see how they did. Okay, here's Hugo's pan. That's one beautiful piece right here. He's got a pretty good spread of gold there.
Too bad all of those weren't like those, right?
Well, Hugo's been doing pretty good down here alongside the creek. Just found some pieces too, but as soon as he finishes that pan he's got to go, I think we're all heading back towards the Jeep because we're getting pretty tired here, at least the old guy is. We're calling it a day, and I'm beat, but I think Jeff's got me beat for being beat. Hugo, he probably still wants to go, but we made him quit. But Hugo killed it. Okay, here we have Hugo's gold for the day. Well, being basically lazy, instead of digging out the gold, I think we'll just wait till get back to the house and we'll show you what Jeff and I did when we get back there. All right. We'll see you back at the house and we'll weigh this up and see how we did. Back at the house, it's definitely the next day. I'm here to tell you, I'm not ready for summer. That heat just killed me, and I think part of my problem was didn't have enough water with me. We're going to be fixing that. I think that's my worst enemy. Don't get enough water, I don't want to do nothing. Okay, well, I got my gold cleaned up, so what do you say? We jump over the scale and see how we did. Okay, first thing we're going to do is weigh the lead we found. 19.65 grams, pretty good day on the lead. And now we'll weigh the gold. 1.46 grams. All I got to do is figure out how to change my lead and gold totals because I did pretty darn good on the lead. Not complaining, gram and a half on the gold, I'm okay with that too. Now, Jeff come over, weighed the gold, and Mr. Brain Damage here never turned the camera on. But I got the weight, and I got Hugo's weight on his gold, so Hugo, he killed it. He came in with 3.04 grams, and a big nugget of his was 2.17 grams, and that was a really pretty piece. So he did a great job. Jeff, he came in with 0.42 grams. So we all came home with gold, and it was actually a really fun day. Well, I got to get my stuff together because hopefully I'm heading for the desert. So who knows? Next video might be detecting out in Nevada. Never can tell. Okay, well that's all I got with this one. So you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.